Okay, tak ada masalah. Saya dah go through event yang penting. So in a summary,
Baik.
saya cuba bagi tahu untuk dua minggu ni ataupun untuk beberapa minggu ni, okay, apa-apa data ekonomi yang keluar yang kebiasaannya akan memberi impact, contoh 200-300 pip, tetapi data yang sama kalau keluar minggu ni, dia punya impact mungkin tak nampak sangat sebab semuanya bergantung pada isu sekarang ni yang panas, Russia Ukraine tu. Jadi contohnya okay, katakan ini just contoh saja, hari Selasa ke, Aussie tiba-tiba kata nak naikkan interest rate. Kalau kebiasaannya kita akan nampak Aussie akan mencarat naik, okay? Tetapi dalam kes ni mungkin Aussie dia mungkin naik tapi tak naik, katakan contoh 200-300 pip, mungkin dia naik pun 50-80 pip begitu, sebab sekarang ni everything is revolving around Russia-Ukraine issue, okay? Sebab tu I think there are probably okay, apa yang saya nampak lately ataupun pagi ni sampai petang, things will get worse. Sebab hari tu kita ingatkan things will get better, tetapi sekarang ni nampak macam Putin betul-betul nak invade Ukraine, and is very determined to bring down Ukraine. Walaupun ada good news semalam, okay, yang diorang kata Russia propose nak buat meeting dekat Belarus, dekat Minsk untuk sit down for the agreement, okay, but Ukraine to certain extent tak berapa agree, and then they are proposing it somewhere else, which is I think Russia probably won't agree, and then tiba-tiba kita nampak Israel kind of condemn, okay, Israel is a strong ally of US, and then this morning ataupun this afternoon UN Security Council also came up with a resolution out of 15 members, if I'm not mistaken, 11 members, including US and then a few other countries, voted against Russia. Of course, Russia, the only one veto. So dia ada power veto dekat Security Council. So they veto out. Tapi the interesting part hari ni adalah China, India and UAE. 3 member ni they didn't vote. So okay. China being a strong ally ataupun strong partner for Russia, everyone was expecting dia akan vote sokong Russia. Tapi in this case dia tak vote. So and also tanker-tanker yang tengah masuk dekat Ukraine capital sekarang ni, ada ura-ura dia orang akan cuba control the capital tonight ataupun at least latest by in the next 72 hours, maknanya dalam 2-3 hari. Tetapi Ukraine President dia cuba tengah fight, okay? So that's why I think things probably will get a bit worse than what we expected initially ataupun what we hope to get. Okay, so I think market probably will go flight to safety on Monday, I guess. Tapi kita boleh nampak pergerakan dekat crypto coin maybe tomorrow ataupun whenever that things happen. Suddenly let's say Russia managed to take capital, the Kiev. Okay, sebab tadi gambar-gambar yang keluar tu Ukraine dapat meletupkan beberapa tanker yang Russia punya tanker dah masuk dekat Kiev. Okay, so it doesn't look good at this point. Although semalam market nampak macam agak positif, okay, kebanyakan equity semua dah bounce balik, gold pun junam balik, tetapi benda tu mungkin boleh reverse ni. So apa-apa kita follow the sentiment ataupun news.
Cikgu Rashid, normally kesan safe haven tu berapa lama? Sebab saya perhati macam Cikgu Rashid cakap lah, lepas perang tu kan, market dia back to recover balik kan?
Actually, what actually happened was, ada ura-ura, number one, of course, bila gold mencana naik daripada 1900 ataupun 1880 sampai ke 1970 tu, itu memang orang dah takut. Okay, yes. Tapi yesterday ataupun early yesterday morning, ada positive news that Putin is willing to have a discussion. Itu je ayat dia. Okay, then
Oh.
gold turun balik. Still perang tu masih tengah berlaku, tapi pasal dia sebut yang dia willing to, orang kata,
For discussion.
make a agreement ni. Tetapi ada juga ura-ura bagitahu sebab Russian billionaires, okay, kalau kita nampak equity market Russia, they lost almost about 38 to 40% dekat stock market on Thursday ataupun on Wednesday, okay. So and we know Russia, okay, also is holding lots of gold on its own. So ada yang kata sebab sanction dah masuk, UK dah mula sanction, and then semalam US Biden pun dah mula kata akan sanction semua. So beberapa investment bank ataupun beberapa billionaires ataupun kita panggil oligarchs macam apa tu, Roman Abramovich yang pegang Chelsea apa semua tu. So those type of people probably dump gold, okay? Sebab at least dia boleh jual masa dia tengah naik atau harga atas tu, and then they quickly get off, move out the money ataupun cash quickly before they being sanctioned by UK ataupun US, sebab once they sanction dia orang tak boleh keluarkan duit. So that's also partly, so that's why some people ataupun fundamental traders ataupun this is something not to say good news, technical trader was kind of happy that fundamental salah, orang tengah berperang ataupun nak berperang tapi gold guna manik. Okay, dia sebenarnya bukan pasal perang, dia still gold still at the highest level. Sebab hari tu kita baru dekat 1780 ataupun 1800, sekarang ni masih dekat 1900. So still gold naik. Cuma yang apa orang kata, dia macam crypto coin, hari tu dah sampai dekat 60,000, 65,000 tu, tiba-tiba ada orang dump, ataupun Tesla. Tesla normally Elon Musk atau those type of people, when it's at the highest level, the owners, they will come out for whatever reason to make a quick profit. But in this case, people was speculating is due to Russian oligarchs ataupun Russian companies. They quickly want to take out the cash ataupun make profit, and then just so that's the reason walaupun masih agak tegang, okay, keadaannya, tapi gold turun. Tapi at the same time, there's also a good news, partially good news came out that saying that Russia is willing to sit down to have a talk. So that's why market menjunam ataupun market gold menjunam, and other equity market was reversed the downfall. Okay, but I don't think it is going to be sustained. Okay, sebab saya rasa is more than just Russia-Ukraine issue. I think Putin wants to show something to the world. Okay, at the same time, NATO, they probably just wait and see to get involved. US taking a bit of a safe approach right now, because like Biden mentioned, okay, it's not like we are going against a terrorist ataupun somebody, okay, which is normally US akan masuk and then they try to get involved on macam dekat Afghanistan or Iraq, those kind of thing. But this is against Russia. Russia is like a superpower, okay? So if US get involved, okay, who knows, suddenly it turned into a nuclear war between Russia and US ataupun Russia against. So that's why Biden and NATO also trying to don't want to exaggerate ataupun aggravate the issue, okay? Because Russia masuk this kind of a territory is normal. I think that day about 2014, they also did the same thing in Crimea. They it's part of the Ukraine, but they took over. I think in 2008 or 2009, around during that period, they also went into Georgia to make certain part as part of Russia. So whichever is not NATO countries, macam Romania, Poland, like this slightly Bulgaria and Serbia, those countries, Hungary, okay, those are still under part of NATO ataupun Western Europe, but the countries still partly attached to Russia, which is like Ukraine, Belarus, ataupun even to certain extent Georgia, although Georgia is part of NATO, okay. So it's a repeat of what's happened last 10 years ataupun 20 years. since the fall of Soviet Union. So it is quite interesting, but I think things can get out of control because last week I think I mentioned hopefully it can be resolved. But the way sebab mula-mula kita ingat Putin dia cuma akan ambil 2 teritori saja dekat eastern Ukraine, but it seems like Putin planned for a long time. The troops that coming in from east, from the north, from Belarus, from down from the sea, from the Black Sea, from Crimea, and then it's on the other side. Okay, so he actually kepong the whole Ukraine right now. So it doesn't look like only the eastern Ukraine initially thought. So that's why maybe US and NATO probably kind of caught off guard right now. Sebab mula-mula dia orang kan worst case cuma jatuh dua state ataupun 2 territory saja. Okay, tapi it looks like the whole country might collapse.
Oh, okay.
So that's why things that's why things doesn't look good at this point. Maybe the impact ataupun the damage will be done in the next 2-3 weeks. Okay, only after that then Putin probably will sit down to have a discussion. So probably the 2 weeks will be very volatile. Then only we will see some improvement in the market.
Okay, baik. Terima kasih Cikgu Rashid. So